When I talk to people in my DMs, bro, I don't text, bro. I send voice messages.
You do.
I send voice messages, and sometimes I do videos because I want people to feel me.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie to you. I was a hater before.
I try to give it time, and I think that people don't give it enough time. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they give it enough time. They try one thing, and then they're just like, okay, bad. This sucked. I failed once. I'm done with it. Right.
AI is just taking what you've given it to develop something that, if you know how to prompt the right way,
right,
that's just something that's you and your essence. It just don't got that soul behind it.
Right.
You're creating every day. Every moment of your life is creation, right? Mm-hmm. You don't always got time to do the small things like type an email or something, right?
Right.
So that's what you got AI for. Yo, you just tapped into the rawest corner of the culture where fitness meets fashion, money meets mindset, and we all on the grind. Thanks for joining us on No Days Offline podcast with Niko and Terrell. With the way the fitness culture is right now, bro, like how toxic do you think this shit is for real? Like
oh man, I wouldn't say toxic. I would say it's, everybody thinks that getting in shape and looking the part and looking like online, looking like fit, aesthetically pleasing is like, that's going to all of a sudden, you're going to be a content creator, you're going to make a whole bunch of money. You know what I'm saying? Okay, you're fit, you got a big following, you know what I'm saying? You're starting to grow. But in reality, bro, that's not, unless you can actually monetize the fitness space, people are just doing it just to look cool. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like if you don't know how to monetize it correctly, it's like you're kind of wasting your time. You know what I mean? You're doing it for your ego. You're doing it for validation. You want people to tell you that you look good. You know what I'm saying? Which is fine. You know, builds confidence. You know, obviously the healthy side of it is very important. But I think it gets toxic because, you know, everybody, it's sending a message to people that like you have to look like this and like this in order to be successful and make money. You need to have X amount of followers to make money. When it's far from the truth.
Bro, I would agree. I think you and I both kind of face this, right? It's like people hit us like, yo, how'd you get this deal? Yo, how'd you work with this person? Yo, how'd you get to this place? How do you do this? How do you do that? And really, bro, people are so stuck in the mindset of like, this is the way to make bread. They're trying to find this like linear path to it. And they think, yo, I got to get lean to make this content. And I think we all kind of fall to that, right? Like it just happens. It's one of those things. But nobody really puts the thought into of how much really goes into it. And that's where the toxicity comes, right? Because that's when, like we spoke earlier, like that's when the hate come into play.
Facts.
Like, dang, man, like I'm pissed at this dude because he winning way more than me.
Facts.
And it's not even about that, bro.
Facts.
It's like there's just levels to the game, and you got to understand where you're at and just be positive about that and move forward with that.
Right. I think it's about building a community. It's about utilizing the fitness space to build a community because at the end of the day, everybody needs to get in shape. Everybody needs to be healthy. Everybody needs, you know, some type of guidance. But if you're going to be, you know, make sure you're educated too. You know what I mean? I think a lot of people are giving advice and I don't think they have the education to back what they're trying to teach. For real. You know what I'm saying? I think people are just they're getting in shape, but they don't realize, they're doing all these transformations, you know, saying like, oh, you know, I look like this before, and I look like this now. I'm like, bro, you didn't hit puberty yet. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like you did, you know what I mean? Like you're calling this a transformation, but it's not really a transformation. You just got older. You got more mature. Your body got more mature. You started growing into your body. So your body started to change. You started losing the baby weight. You started losing, you know, the facial fat, you know, facial fat, all that stuff. Like, no, you're just growing. You're just getting older. You know what I mean? And people are selling these transformations like, oh, bro, like I did this, that, or the third. I'm like, nah, bro, you're just maturing. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's toxic with social media as well. And like, you know, even when it comes to social media, like I'm a social media guy. I never had really a transformation. You know what I mean? I tell people, and I tell my audience this all the time, like, bro, like I have good genetics. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I don't try to fake the funk. I don't try to sit here and act like, bro, like, you know, I'm following some crazy meal plan. You know what I mean? It's dope because I think with this podcast is that we come from different backgrounds, bro. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You're a bodybuilder. You've competed in shows. Me, I'm just a guy that like, I've just been fit. Yeah. You know, I've been blessed. I've you know, I've never counted my macros. I've never done any of that, but I've always built on my success just because it's always been easy. I've been an athlete my whole life, so it's been easy. So I think people need to be more real with how they got to where that destination of whatever their physique is. You feel me?
And I agree. I think, bro, for real, I think that's what the toxic part, the biggest part of the toxicity, right? Is like people are so fake, and then the people that aren't fake, the other people trying to follow them just don't know their story, right? Right. People don't share the story the right way. Right. And I think that's when it starts to play on even these younger kids, especially, bro, that's growing up in this social media game. Like, they think it happened overnight.
Right.
they think like, oh, like if I hop on the sauce, like it's going to change everything right now, right?
Real fast.
But I also got a hot take about it all.
Go ahead.
Yo, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Go ahead.
People say comparison is a thief of joy.
Right.
I think comparison levels the playing field, bro.
That's definitely good. I do like that. And why do you think that? Why do you say that? What's your reasoning behind that? Because I do think comparison is a thief of joy. I do believe that. But I'm curious to hear what your thought, like why you think that.
Oh, so like I spend everything like a tool, like of positivity or something to learn from. Everything.
Right. Okay, good. Right? So you change your perspective.
Yeah,
okay.
You got to sometimes.
Optimism.
Right? Exactly, right? But when you compare yourself to something that's happening online, sometimes, bro, you realize, like, this just ain't my sauce.
Right.
Like, I just got to go another way.
Right.
And sometimes it provides a breakthrough that you didn't even know you needed.
Right. That's valid.
And then you walking in a whole new path that you wouldn't have if you didn't see C-Bum on TV or on the stage, or you ain't tried something that C-Bum did, or Swole Ricketts or Russ or whoever. Whoever is that guy for you.
Right.
You don't try what they're doing, and to see, like, man, that just ain't gonna work.
That ain't gonna work for me. Fact.
And it's just that, but you got to be real with yourself.
Right.
That's the thing.
I don't think a lot of people. I think people are scared to keep it 1,000 with themselves. Bro. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And I think some people, there's only so much delusion you can have. You know what I mean? Before it's like, okay, let's get back to reality. Like I try to give everything at least 90 days to, depending on the project. If it's a business, I try to give it 6 months. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? If any business I try to start, I try to give it at least 6 months to plan out, to take some L's, and learn.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And even with, even with online, it's like I give it 90 days. You know what I mean? 90 days, 6 months, depending on what it is. I try to give it time, and I think that people don't give it enough time. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they give it enough time. They try one thing, and then they're just like, okay, this sucks. I failed once. I'm done with it. You know what I mean? And when you're trying to do different things and learn from different people, you got to give their strategy. You know what I mean? These people that, we're talking about comparison, the people that we're looking at Soul Rick and C-Bums, if you're going to do that, okay, you got to try it. You can't try it for a week and then be like, I'm going to go to someone else. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like that shiny, what's the syndrome? Syndrome, you know what I'm saying? They're like, okay, they find somebody else. SOS. Yes, bro. So they see somebody, they're like, okay, bet. Oh, I like the way this guy looks. Boom. Then they find someone else pops on their timeline. They're like, bro, dude, I like this guy better. So I'm gonna go over here. And then another guy pops up. I want to look like him now. You know what I'm saying? And you're just constantly searching for something that you haven't you can't. You're never gonna be there. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you can only get so much guidance. You know what I'm saying from all these people. Like, yeah, bro.
You try.
Yeah, bro. You got. Everything is foundational, bro. Yeah. If you stick to the foundation, the fundamentals of anything, you'll find your lane. You'll find like what works for you and what doesn't work for you. And I think people are just trying to skip the fundamentals of fitness. They're skipping the fundamentals of fitness. They're trying to go like they're ego lifting. They're doing the. You know what I mean? They're not doing the basic shit. And I love all my people online who do the crazy workouts. Half the shit you don't need to do. You know what I'm saying? Hey, and I love my guys, bro. I have a bunch of friends who are very talented. They're very strong. And and they're obviously they're not doing these things to be like, oh, you guys need to do this if you want to, to get in shape. They're doing it for the entertainment aspect. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like for the audience, for the people that are watching them, I feel like they feel like, oh, bro, like if I do this, I'm gonna look like that. I'm like, no, bro, you can do this by doing a simple curl. You know what I'm saying? There's a million variations of curl, but you can only hit one muscle so many times.
I think people just got to understand the difference between something that's real and the virality of a moment.
Right.
That's a word. That's a word? Virality?
Yeah.
I'll make that a word.
Yeah. Virality, for sure.
You got to understand the virality of the moment, because you got the dudes like, and I just think it's a facade, right?
Right.
Hear me on this. Andrew Tate, bro.
Yeah.
Andrew Tate.
Oh, yeah.
Because, bro, nobody's out here saying Bugatti. Like, bro, like that's not, I don't think homie really talk like that. I don't think some of the stuff he says, I don't know if he really believes in it, right? But that's the danger of having a platform. Mm-hmm. Because even if he don't believe on it, even if he don't believe that, he's saying it, right, to get those clicks. But you got these 15, 16, 17, 18-year-old kids coming up in the game. They're like, nah, that's how you're supposed to be because homie got the platform. Homie got the money, right?
Absolutely.
So let's talk about this. What do you think are some of the dangers of owning a platform and not using it the right way?
The dangers, oh, man, I was talking about something like similar to this about like information. Back in the day when I used to have conversations about social media, mind you guys, I'm 35, you know what I'm saying? So like I've been doing content creation for 2 decades, damn near 2 decades, bro. We're looking at maybe like a little less than 2 decades.
Before it was what
it is. Before it was what it is. Like once I saw the internet, I knew you could make money online. I didn't need proof.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I wasn't like, I need proof you can make money online. I'm like, no, it's literally, it's a channel, bro. It's a channel to connect people. And once you have a channel to connect people, you can sell them whatever. You know what I'm saying? And I remember when Twitter first came out and all these things first came out, I was like, bro, these platforms they're gonna change the game, bro. You're gonna be able to make money. And so back to your question, with having a platform and delivering the wrong message, I was telling people before, I was like, if we're gonna come to a time where there's information overload, we're not going to be able to decipher who's real and who's fake, what's true and what's false. And once we get to that point, what is going to happen with society? Because it's like, who do we believe?
Yeah, but I would argue we're already there.
Yeah, yeah. I would
argue we're there. We're in that space. I mean, even when you look at shit like AI, bro, you don't like
facts.
AI is taking over.
Facts. That's one of the things about AI, bro. That like. The thing about AI that I love so much is the convenience and the tools and how it like automates and makes your life easier. But when do we get to a point where we no longer have an identity? Our AIs are the identity we're creating because we use it for everything. We use it for our captions. We use it for our scripts. We use it for our email newsletters. When do we get to a point where we're no longer Niko, we're no longer Terrell, we're the AI version of thoughts that we have in our head, but aren't our actual written words?
Is that a question?
Yeah.
Is that a question? Oh, I might have an answer. So I like to have answers, bro.
Yeah, no, facts. That's what I'm saying. But I'm just like, once it gets to that point, it's going to be, it's.
like I said, I like to spin everything in a positive way, right?
Yeah.
Like in a light of like, I'm looking at this like, okay, like it could be a positive, right? I think you lose yourself and succumb to AI when you don't control the narrative.
Facts.
So that's funny that I said that, huh?
Control the narrative out of it.
But it's like that's when you lose yourself, because when you're the man behind the AI, that's still you putting into it, right?
Right.
AI is just taking what you've given it to develop something that, if you know how to prompt the right way,
right,
that's just something that's you and your essence. It just don't got that soul behind it.
Right. That's true.
When you're there, when you are the guy sending out the newsletters,
right,
when you are the guy creating the content, creating the captions,
right,
like you are still that person.
Right.
The people that follow you then lose that.
Right.
Because they're no longer thinking, they're not thinking with your soul, they're just thinking with your essence, right?
Right.
If that makes sense.
That's valid. That's valid. That's why I also think vlogs and YouTube is going to be very heavy, because when you're making vlogs and YouTube, you're literally speaking, it's not scripted. No. It's real. And so it's not, you can't, like I can make a caption or description, but you get the real you in those vlogs, and because you'll be able to speak. You know what I'm saying? But on, we're utilizing AI for other platforms, like Instagram, when you like, say if you're like an info person, say if you're trying to teach, you're trying to educate, a lot of those people use scripts. Yeah. They're not just off the top of the dome. You know what I mean? So I guess, in that sense, like, you can use as a obviously a funnel to the real you.
Exactly. It's
you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Just use it as a tool and a funnel to to send you to your whatever platform that you see the most success, whatever platform that you feel is going to give the most in-depth story about you and tell you the most about you, your morals, principles, and what you represent. I think utilizing AI to drive that to that platform in YouTube, I think that's smart. You know what I mean?
Because, you got to think about it, bro. Like, we go through it as creators.
Yeah.
Every moment can't be raw.
Right.
Some moments have to be doctored, bro. Yeah. It just has to be that way. And then when you somebody like, let's say a Kai Cenat, or even like a DDG, right? Where like you're creating every day, every moment of your life is creation, right? You don't always got time to do the small things like type an email or something, right? Right. So that's what you got AI for.
Yeah, facts.
Like, you've already got the audience, you've already got the voice, you've already got the person. Like, that's all still there, right? And you're using AI to enhance that.
Oh, 100%.
I don't think AI is a problem at all.
It gets, like I said, it just, I think I love it. For leaders only, bro, I don't use anything else but AI, bro. Like, I'm like, for my theme pages, I use AI for all my theme pages. I barely started using, for like my last 3 posts, I think, or last 2 posts, I used AI to write my captions.
Fire.
You know what I'm saying? Because I was curious. I was like, I want to see how my audience responds to it. And then I get people hit me like, bro, the caption's fire. I'm like, bro, this is AI. But like, I get to a point where I'm like, do I tell them it's AI or do I tell them it's me?
Bro, you tell them it's AI.
That's what I'm saying.
What does it take from you? What does it take? We talked about this yesterday, bro.
But like, if you do that, is that the real you though? It's like, is that real? Is that authentic? Is that that everything that everybody preaches? You want to be real and authentic, your authentic self online when you're using AI to write your captions because you have an idea?
What you're saying, but I'm gonna say it like this: can't teach the sauce, bro.
I'm just saying.
You can't teach the sauce.
Yeah, I mean, you got to teach the AI. Yeah.
You got to, bro.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't realize that, right?
Yeah,
Like, it's
that's
like
true.
They think prompts are just, hey, make me this. Like, no.
No.
You are very specific in who you are.
Yeah.
When you know who you are, you know your brand, you know your voice. Something you taught me.
Yeah.
You know who you're speaking to. You put that into the AI.
Yo, that's fair.
Yo, hey, listen, think like this with these elements and provide me this.
That is valid.
There you go. Fire.
That is valid.
It's still you.
I'm sorry, but this is fire topic real quick.
Yeah.
Probably you guys didn't know this, but now you're able to feed the AI all of your content.
Oh, yeah.
All of your newsletter
yeah.
written by you.
Yeah.
So then now the AI,
That voice, creates that
it
brain
is
voice.
actually you.
Yeah.
Just duplicate.
Exactly. See, and that's the fire. So, bro, share with them as AI. You know why? Because also, I don't think we should be gatekeeping anymore. Hot topic. Hot topic.
We don't need a gatekeep because 90% of people ain't gonna do this shit anyway.
Bro, that's exactly, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
But here's how I also feel too. Here's how I also feel too. This is so funny. I was gonna do a video about this for myself. I had this thing in my head. I'm like, should I do my community for free? Because at the end of the day, no, just like I said, no one's going to do it anyways. But I think me knowing that no one's going to do it anyways, I'm not about to waste my time. I'm going to charge you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And why I'm charging for everything. I don't do free for anything. I'm going to do free trials for certain things, but you're going to pay because I want you. This is an investment in yourself.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like people don't take free shit serious because everybody is giving away free shit. I'm not against it. I'm not against it at all. But I feel like by doing that, these people, they're not investing. I mean, obviously, I know there's an upsell. I know how the game works. But I think when you give away free stuff all the time, you're creating a free community that people that only they expect free from you all the time. But if I charge you and my standard is you're going to pay every time you fuck with me, now that's my brand, that's my standard. So now everybody you talk to, like, bro, you're gonna have some money. You need some money to talk to you know. If you want to join this community, it's an investment, bro. You know what I'm saying? I want people to look at my brand and who I am. Like, I don't want people to be like, oh, I can get that for free. I want them to be like, I'm gonna invest in T in his community because I know I'm gonna learn some shit and I'm gonna be able to apply it.
I agree with you, T.
You know what I mean?
But for the sake of the podcast,
go ahead.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate.
I love this. See, I love this. Go ahead. I love this.
So it's really like this. In some cases, bro, I'm tired of that narrative.
Yeah.
I'm tired of that narrative of like, yo, I got to teach them to pay so they know to pay later. And I fuck with you and I fuck with everything
100%.
you do. So I'm already there with like, make the motherfuckers pay, bro.
100%.
I'm already there with you, right?
No, facts.
But here's the flip side, right? Building a community.
Yeah.
When you're building a community, as opposed to trying to upsell,
Yeah.
sometimes inviting someone in the door is what you need to grow that community.
It's valid.
Because the money's going to come regardless,
That's
bro.
valid.
And like, I want to say my corporate America side, right?
Yeah.
It's like, bro, let them come in free anyway. You know why? You get email listing.
100%.
You get newsletters out.
You're getting data.
Sell ads on the newsletter.
Absolutely.
Like, it becomes something so much bigger off of zero.
That's
Because
valid.
now it's also you creating, especially with the newsletter side, right?
Right.
You put ads in the newsletter. Now you're building a community and you're having corporate America pay for their ability to sit there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And then one thing I learned this a while ago. It was like in a reel or something I saw on IG. And I don't remember the lady's name, but she said straight up, give them the ingredients. Because when they can't make the meal, they're going to come to you.
Facts.
So you give it to them free.
Facts.
Then they're going to pay for that one-on-one. Like, yo, couldn't do it on my own. Because, 9 out of 10 people ain't going to be able to do it on their own and see success the way that you can teach them. Right?
100%.
Just because you gave them an ebook or a PDF file, like it doesn't mean they're going to be able to do it. So instantly what they're going to do, they're going to come back to T.
Right.
Oh, man, I failed doing that shit. So what's up? Like, I need the one-on-one.
Yeah, I need the
You gotta give me
one-on-one.
the sauce.
Dude, and that is, that's valid, bro. I think where I come from is where I've given so much away for free over the years that people like kind of expect, they started to expect it. You know what I mean? And I didn't like that. You know what I'm saying? Because I value boundaries. Yeah, in fact, I value my time and I value my L's, bro. I value my L's, bro. I feel like people need to take some L's. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, if you're joining my community or whatever, and I teach you, I'm trying to get you out of those L's. I don't want you. That's the whole point. Is that so you don't have to make the same mistakes I did?
Yeah.
But since I'm paying for them, I had to pay for them L's. Like, come on, man.
And I get that.
You know what I'm saying?
Bro, I get that 100%, but same thing like with Leaders Only, bro. You want to create a legacy. Like, I think we get too paper focused. And that's cool because at the end of the day, motherfuckers got to pay bills. Like, it is what it is, right? But if you're trying to build something that's going to last, you got to create something. You know what I mean?
You're right,
Create
absolutely.
something where somebody feels, for lack of a better term, like safe.
Safe.
Because now it's not the pressure of like, yo, I got to pay T once a month, this and this and that. And like,
right.
bro, if people drop off, they drop off. It is what it is. Because only the real ones that are really about making that change are going to really stick around and be involved in that.
Absolutely.
But you still get the numbers of the motherfucker that's holding the seat.
Absolutely. I agree.
You know what I'm saying? Because you could put infinite people in this community.
Absolutely.
It don't matter. What matters is the reach.
Right.
Because when you have that reach, that's what makes you valuable. That's what allows other brands or corporate sponsors or whatever to want to sit with you.
Yeah. See, long-term plays for sure.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Yeah. That, I guess I'm coming from a place of someone, I've already built my community. Like I've built my community of people. So like I've given away free. I just, now like I meant that I've had that point. I'm like, okay, bet. Like I have a lot of people who, you know what I mean? I'm just like, yo, like everything I do. And I guess that I'm not pushing any other products now. Before I was pushing products. Like, you know what I mean? So like I was doing other things. So like I haven't had, obviously Leaders Only, I've had those products, you know what I'm saying? Those products I don't see as my products. Like, yeah, it's my brand, but my face is not on it. You know what I mean?
We've had this,
you know what I'm saying? So my face is not on the brand, on Leaders Only. And I've built that without having my face on it. And people, a lot of people know about, like, bro, there's a lot of people that know about Leaders Only. And I say 90% of the following on Leaders Only don't know who the fuck I am. And I love that. I love that because I'm like, if I can build something with my face is not, I've used me to build, I've used everything about me to build everything. You know what I mean? So I was like, when I built Leaders Only, I was like, this is a test to see if I'm really good at branding or not, to see if I'm really good at marketing or not, because I'm not utilizing, you know, I know like this, I say this very humbly, you know what I'm saying? I'm an attractive guy, you know what I'm saying? So I've used that to my advantage. I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm not, you know what I mean? No. So I've used that to build my followers and stuff like that. So that's why I say when I was like, okay, bet, if I can do this without utilizing that, boom. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what I did with Leaders Only. So that I don't consider that my product. So I guess now that I have my own product, I'm like, this is my community. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody knows this is my community. These are my products. Not everybody knew. So I guess I come from a different like mentality. I'm learning now that I'm talking about this with you. Like I'm learning. It's like it's a very interesting dynamic now. You know what I mean? Because I almost want to like, I'm going to do a free trial. You know what I'm saying? I already thought about that. I was like, bro, okay, man. Like, okay, I'll do a 3-7 day trial. You know what I'm saying? If you like what you see, you like what you hear. Then okay, tap in. Yeah, then tap in. If you don't, at least I'll give you a check. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm taking your advice.
But, you know, we talked about these yesterday when we were talking about, like, you know, stepping away from other brands and like you focusing kind of on yourself and going all in. So I understand where you're coming from. Like, nah, like motherfucker, like these bills need to be paid.
Yeah, 100%.
Like you're gonna have to make a shake. Yeah. And I get that, but would you turn down $100 knowing $1 million is coming down the road? That's what I'm saying, bro. Yeah. And the thing is, T, like, I respect you so much and everything you built, especially this Leaders Only shit, because like you said, bro, you built it from nothing. And the fact that you created something that has like this elite feel to it and such a scarcity, and they don't even know your face, bro.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's what's nuts.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like with this community you're building, that's easy. You can scale it. But the thing is giving somebody a barrier of entry, or rather taking away the barrier of entry so they can walk through the doors.
Right. 100%. I agree.
It opens up so much more than just that, whatever you want them to pay to enter.
100%. That's not even that expensive.
I know it's not.
It's cheap as shit.
Hey, bro, if something's $1 more than I want to pay, I ain't gonna pay it, bro. you know, some real shit.
Yo, that is real.
And the thing is, too, is like people see that you're preaching about branding and you're preaching about being a business owner and a content creator, and they see the things you do. They know you do it well, but they still want to know that there's value in what they're spending money in.
100%.
So providing that free trial is what's going to open that door for
100%. Yeah, no, that's I. You know what? I completely agree with you, bro. That ass, because that's so funny that you do that. We talk about this because I was in my head. I'm like, and they have that option where you can do free trials, and so I was like, I need to do like a 3-day trial. You know what I mean? Just so you guys can hop in my lives and kind of like learn, because I go live every night. Not every night, but like most people who have like communities, they go live like, you know, big guys, they go live like two times a month. I go live like 2-3 times, 4 times a week. You know what I'm saying? Because like I genuinely care. Like I'm the type of person, bro. Like I genuinely care about people, bro. Especially if you invest in me, I take that shit. I don't take that shit lightly, bro. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because people, they work hard for their money. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? They spend a lot of time, and the fact that they're taking their hard-earned money and they invest into something I'm trying to create or something that I'm trying to build, I take that very, very serious. And it gets almost to the point where like, you can't do that. I can't give myself to everybody. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So like, I'm trying to find a balance where I'm like, I kind of got to give less, but like who I am, I can't help it. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't, like, no, I understand that. Even when I have one-on-one like clients, we do one-on-one coaching, just like weed. Yeah. I was like, bro, like you're stuck with me for life. You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
I was like, yeah, you know, like I could say, yeah, we're gonna do this for 3 months. We're gonna do this for 90 days. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, bro, you're my guy now. So you're stuck with me, bro. Like you invested in me. Yeah, your family. Yeah. And like, I don't take those words lightly, bro. Like I think that's why I see so much value, because I'm like, I'm just not one of these other people
for real.
That like, you know, like these big people who think like, you know, I don't think I'm superior. I think we're all the same. You know what I mean? I think we're all, you know, and like, that's why I fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why we got along so quick, bro. You know, when we were on our call, because we were talking about doing the community. You're in the community now.
Yeah.
Now, and look, now we're doing fucking podcasts,
bro. And it's crazy because like people don't even understand the way this even started. Like, bro, I ain't gonna lie to you. I was a hater before. Most people I gotta tell you why though. I gotta tell you why. Yo, this is the funniest thing, bro. So it was, bro, this is like 2021, 2022, bro.
I love it.
And I was like trying to get into my content creator shit.
Yeah.
And I saw your shit. I'm like, oh, motherfucker, like he doing it. Like it's on. And you had posted something on your story, like any creators upcoming, blah, 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 tap in with me. And we started chopping and like it just got lost, right?
Yeah.
It just got lost. And then I posted my first fucking video, bro.
Yeah.
And it was like, I remember, bro, it was like black and white with a Pop Smoke song. And then, like, next day, you posted a black and white with Pop Smoke song. I was like, he's stealing my sauce, bro. He's stealing my sauce. But look, bro, like, it all started, like, obviously, everything happened with the other brand and stuff.
Yeah.
And, like, we started linking and stuff. And we really got close because those calls.
Yeah.
I'm
bro,
traveling.
those calls, yeah.
People don't know, like, I was traveling around the world for work.
Yeah.
And T would make time for me no matter where I was at.
Yeah.
We'll hop on a call. And it's crazy because we think so similar. And we used to call trends before they pop,
bro. That shit was crazy.
And we should have been hopping on it, but we were just like, nah, this about to go crazy.
Let people have it. You know what I'm saying? That's so funny.
And I just learned so much from you to the point that we're here now. But I want to ask you this. What is your humble beginning, bro? Like, a lot of people don't know this story.
Oh, dude, my humble beginning, bro. Like, you know what's crazy is that, like, it's so funny because, like, nowadays, when I'm searching on social media, I'm seeing everybody, you know, their storytelling. They're telling where they were to where they are now. And that's what everybody's doing. You know what I mean? It's a bunch of 20-year-olds, you know what I'm saying, who are like, oh, in high school, I was like, you know, did this, and now I'm in college. Or not in college, now I'm 20 and I'm actually an adult now. And they're showing their transformation. Okay, that's great. And you know what I mean? I'm like, bro, like, I didn't really have, I had a great childhood, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I don't have, like, a lot of people have stories like, oh, bro, like, I was homeless, I was this or that or the other. My parents didn't believe in me. My mom didn't believe in me. I never had a story like that, bro. Like, my dad always believed in me. My dad told me I was the greatest thing to walk this earth, bro. Like, you know, that's why I'm like,
I love that.
Yeah, bro. Like, that's one thing from my pops, bro. He literally told me, he's like, bro, you are going to be the greatest thing ever. And he literally, like, instilled, like, you are the shit, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Father, bro, I love that.
Oh, it was the best thing, bro. It was literally, it changed. And I thank that man every day. You know what I mean? And now I try to, like, I tell my son I love him all the time. I tell him he's great. But, like, that mentality that he instilled in me was like, okay, bet I can do anything. And my pops is telling me I'm the coolest fuck. Like, who you know?
Who are you?
Yeah, who are you? You know what I'm saying? And so, like, my parents made good money, you know what I'm saying? So I was good, bro. I didn't really have any humble. Like, you know, when I got out of, like, college and stuff like that, it was like, it was hard, you know what I mean? Because I was, like, doing different things. I was playing basketball. Got kicked off my basketball team in college.
We're gonna get into that soon.
Yeah, well, these are this, you know.
Hey, we gonna be messy.
We're gonna get messy, bro. But, like, yeah, it was, you know, it was chill, bro. You know what I mean? Like, I started doing network marketing. Network marketing is what got me into online and making money at, like, you know, non-traditional 9 to 5. I started reading books. Once I got into network marketing, bro, I ain't gonna lie, it changed my life, bro.
Yeah.
And for the better. It was my prerequisite to entrepreneurship, bro. It taught me leadership. It taught me communication. It taught me how to deal with people and connect with others, and it taught me how to build relationships. Those are, like, the qualities you need to build any type of business, you know what I mean? And it got me into personal development. So, like, those are my humble beginnings, was like doing that, working for 24-hour fitness, you know, bro, there's just so much.
Grind.
Yeah, bro.
Grind.
We're gonna get into all that, bro. There's so much, bro. Like, at 24-hour fitness, bro, I used to fucking sit at 24-hour fitness, bro. I was building theme pages in 2011, bro. IG Fit Couples.
On it.
You know what IG Fit Couples is?
Nah.
Bro, it got...
I'm up to, bro.
People don't even know, bro.
Is it still up?
That's like initial millionaire mentor era
bro,
type of shit.
We're talking
that's
like
a decade of
bro. We're talking like we're talking about beginning of the fitness, like, era of, like, okay, but everybody starts taking fitness serious. Bro, at the time, bro, I would sit at 24-hour fitness. I would work night shift. I wouldn't fold shit. I'm not folding no damn towels.
No, hell no.
I would sit there all night, and I would go and I would follow, unfollow.
Get that traction.
Bro, get traction, bro. And then I would do shout outs with other big pages, bro. I grew that page. I would do that all night, bro. I told my mom was like, my mom, I never forget, my mom came to visit and she's like, what are you doing? I'm like, Mom, don't worry, I'm building right now. You'll see. Literally, that's all I did, bro.
And next thing what? We ended with Nike?
Next thing, yeah. Oh, I was doing that at the same time. So I was doing that because I was like, bro, I hated working, bro. I hated working at 24 Hour Fitness, bro. I hated jobs. I hated people telling me what to do, bro.
Yeah.
I hated it. So I was doing that. And then, so what I started doing after that page, I started selling shout outs, bro. Shout outs, $50, $100.
Ooh, before your time, bro.
Bro, I'm like,
before your time.
I try to tell people, like, people don't even, bro. I think that's why I'm glad we're doing this because I haven't got to tell, like,
the story.
I haven't figured out how to tell my story effectively now as a content creator because I've been doing this for so long that I'm not one of these guys like, oh, bro, I hit this in 3 months. I started my content journey. I started to take it serious. I'm like, bro, I've been doing this for 20, damn near 15 years. You know what I'm saying? So I don't like my stories then are not relevant, even though they are. They're not relevant to like this type of content creation that we're in social media. It's different, bro. Everything is different.
But it's one of those things, bro. It's like, it's still relevant.
Yeah.
That's history books.
Yeah.
And that's one of those things where it's like when people dig in the archives and they're like, me, bro, IG fit couples, like that was you? Like, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like there's certain people in this game, bro, that people don't really realize how they are really the staple of this and took this to that next level before anyone else was here. So no matter what, your story is going to provide something for somebody. You know what I mean? Like, bro, like you've worked with some of the biggest brands in the world.
Yeah, bro.
You've been the face of some of the biggest campaigns in the world, bro.
That shit is a blessing.
So like those stories, like, bro, like you motivated me.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's awesome.
On shit like that. Like now look, working with Gym Reapers, working with Damatas, like making bread.
That's fire.
Like, bro, you know what I'm saying?
I love that, bro.
So
because I remember having our conversations about, because we were talking about the other company. I don't think we'll talk about them later.
Yeah,
we'll talk another pod.
Ain't no shade or no
ain't no shade. We'll talk about that later.
Messy, right?
But now look, bro, like everything, because we remember having those conversations, and now it's like, now look at you, bro. That shit's fucking fire, bro. You deserve it all, bro.
I appreciate
You're a good fucking content creator, bro. Everybody, bro, if you guys aren't following him now, you guys need to follow, bro. The man knows how to build a connection and build a relationship with his audience, bro. This man gets, you probably get 50 to 100 fucking questions on your damn poll every day, bro.
I can't even post all them, bro.
That's what I'm saying. You can't.
I can't even post.
You know what I mean? And that is, people don't, like, the average person, they're not looking at those metrics, bro.
Bro, and that's the thing. Like, I've had some big brands reach out to me. Sometimes the money there, sometimes it's not.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, one thing I've learned about creating, when you're creating a brand, when you're creating anything, you want to create that feeling of belonging.
Yep.
But you want to have that emotional attachment because it's nostalgia. Bro, I had this conversation with ChatGPT yesterday. Yeah. And ChatGPT was like, bro, throwing the flowers at me, bro.
Yeah.
And, I was trying to teach my ChatGPT to be a branding agent.
Right.
And it's asking me these questions. And it's like, what would be the first thing you would ask somebody if they came to you to build a brand? I just had one question. What impact do you want this to make on the world?
Yep, 100%.
And then it asked me this. It was like, okay, well, what brand would you compare those things to, right?
Right.
Bro, Jordan Brand.
Yeah.
Let me tell you why. It's not only a cultural thing, but it is such nostalgia that if your dad is really into basketball and he was around during the Jordan era,
yeah,
bro, he knows what Jordans he wore at what game.
Yep.
He knows how many points he dropped at this game. Not only that, he bought these Jordans, but he bought them for you.
Yep.
He bought them for your mom so y'all can match, because this nostalgia of this emotional connection of like, yo, if I put these on, I can be Jordan.
Right.
Like, if I put these on, I can do anything. You know what I mean?
Right.
And the importance of creating a community where you have that emotional attachment is like you give those people these feelings. Mm-hmm. Like, bro, like I watch a Pump Cover Poppy reel today, bro. Like, I'm in it.
Oh, hell yeah.
Like, we going forward. Like, shit might be tough, but it don't matter. We locked in.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Like, I really be posting shit, be like, yeah, them motherfuckers really ain't on shit. Like, we getting it. We hitting the gym, we grinding, whatever it is. Or like just some shit where you could pull up and be like, bro, like I'm having a tough day. Like, hey, this motherfucker right.
Yep.
Like, I'm not locked in. We got to change that.
No,
bro,
facts. That's what
bro. We get the DMs. We get the questions. It's like crazy. And like, I'm not a big creator. I'm a micro creator.
Right. Hell, I'm a micro creator too, bro.
Yeah, at this point, right?
Yeah, bro. Like people, I think people get confused what a true influencer is. There's levels to influencers, bro. There's levels to influencers. I'm like, 100K.
They don't have these meetings.
Yeah, no, yeah. But the thing, we're going off topic. Keep going what you're going. Well, that's another one.
But basically, bro, it's like you just got to learn how to create a safe space for your people.
Absolutely.
And that's what builds that community, because it's not about having the 10,000 followers. Everybody gets caught up in that. You could have 10,000 followers, but you could just be a straight meme page or a page where you just post whatever.
Right.
Like, you don't really have a voice.
You don't have,
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And I see too many people with that. Like, they're not presenting themselves in the best way to grow and create a lasting community. Bro, motherfuckers don't unfollow me.
Yeah. 100%.
They don't unfollow me.
You're right.
If they do, it's probably on some like, oh, he posted his kid and I ain't trying to.
Yeah, right.
Or
I posted my son. I lost like 600 followers. The day I posted my
post a girl and it's like, oh yeah, no, we ain't with Pump Cover Poppy no more. Like, but it's really, and even one thing, bro, I lost the mindset of like, I got to be shredded to make content.
Oh yeah, hell no.
Bro, or I got to take my shirt off to be popping.
Oh hell no. Like, bro, I mean, I ain't gonna lie, the shirt when you
the shirt off, the shirt numbers,
bro. I had the A and B test, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Every time I post no shirt, bro,
it's up.
It's up, bro. I'm like, dang. I'm like, y'all still fucking me with my clothes on, huh? I'm like, I need OF. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, but that's the thing, right? It's like, at that point, if you're just gonna be shirt off, guy, bro, start the OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Start the OnlyFans, bro. But I respect that. Hold on. Yeah. I respect that. Bro, I met a shorty who got a Bugatti off OnlyFans.
See?
Yeah, different.
Yeah, I ain't mad at that.
Different game.
Yeah,
bro.
Get your money.
Different game. I don't judge anybody.
Nah, bro, I don't either.
If I was down on my luck, bro,
yeah,
and we were down and out, subscribe to the Pump Cover Poppy OnlyFans, bro. That's what I'm saying.
Hey, bro, I tell you all the time, I'm like, bro, I'm an old head. You know what I'm saying? In my 20s, bro, 2021, I was reckless, dog. I would have had OnlyFans. I would have been like, man, okay, what are you talking about? I get to slay some meat, make some money?
Bro,
yeah.
Pull up in the Benz, I was like, mind your business.
Yeah, bro, like, I would have did that shit in a heartbeat, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, bro, people have different accents, bro. We don't, we didn't have those accents back in our day.
Bro, we had YouTube just start.
Oh, man, I would have
fucking MySpace. Like, you wasn't doing OnlyFans on MySpace.
No, the thing that y'all remember is on Facebook, you couldn't get a Facebook unless you were a college student.
Bro.
Y'all remember that?
Crazy.
You remember that?
I was salty.
Yeah, bro.
Salty.
I remember too, I was in high school and I'm like, bro, what the heck is Facebook? And I'm like, oh, you can't get it unless you're a college student, legit.
Bro.
Like, motherfuckers don't remember that?
I was on MySpace mad.
Yeah.
Like, who told me that? You out of the top 5, bro.
But back to the community. See, we definitely have to. We're all over the place.
Yeah, bro.
So, but community, I definitely agree in that. And I was telling you, like, when you get all those questions, that means people genuinely care and they want to know your thoughts and they want to express themselves. Anytime you can create a dialogue within your brand, bro, that's just the ultimate connection, bro. That's why I tell people, even when I talk to people in my DMs, bro, I don't text, bro. I send voice messages.
You do.
I send voice messages, and sometimes I do videos because I want people to feel me. You know what I'm saying? I can't get someone's tonality. I can't get someone's energy off of yes, you can in a way, but not as much as me and my voice. I'm a very vocal person. You know what I'm saying? And so like my energy introduces me before I speak or when I speak. So like my tonality is everything. So I stutter a lot. I tell people this all the time. I tell you this. I told you this before. I stutter a lot. But people listen to me. It's not because of what I say. It's because of how I say it.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And so that's why I do voice messages all the time. I don't do text when I talk to people because I want people to feel like they're getting to know me. You know, they get my tonality, my cadence. How there's little psychology things that I never took psychology. I wish I did because I love psychology. I love the way people think. And after learning, and I've learned how people think from just building relationships with so many people and being such an open book. You know what I'm saying? And to perspective, like I love learning from people, and you can learn something from everybody, bro. It doesn't matter how much money they have. It doesn't matter how tall they are, how shredded they are, how big, how little they are. It doesn't matter if they're black, white, Asian, Latino. It doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Someone can teach you something. So I'm such an open book, and that's how I built my community. And just like you have, you know what I mean? It just being an open book and willing to come from a place of understanding, and I'm coming from a place of response and not a reaction. I don't react when I talk to people. I respond to people.
Absolutely.
It's a little different.
Yeah, and I agree. I mean, that's something that our relationship has always been that. So I know that side of it, right?
Facts.
But that's just the thing. One thing that I've always praised you on, and like we've spoken about a million times, is you take time for the people that follow you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
100%.
And like, even like, it means so much more to be like, yo, I got to find a space where I could talk this out right now. Because you can text from anywhere, right?
Right.
But to be like, no, I got to respond to this person. I'm going to go talk.
Yeah, I got to walk outside from your restaurant type shit.
Like that's like, you're showing your community how much you care. And not only that, you're showing them like, yo, like, I want your insight too.
Right.
I want to know what you got to say.
That's what it is. Yeah.
Like, it's just not me. Like, you may look at me like the leader in this.
Right.
But really, I can only lead as far as the information you give
100%,
me.
100%.
So listen to your audience, man.
Absolutely listen to your audience.
They know just as much as you. You ain't that guy.
Listen to your audience. Yeah, you're not
You're not that guy.
No, you're not, yeah, bro. Yeah, that's that whole influencer topic. I don't even like influence. I don't like the term.
No, I don't either.
I hate the term influencer, bro. It drives me crazy, bro. And I will never. I hate people that put it in their bio. I'm like, bro, what the fuck are you influencing, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like, you're a regular person like me. We're all the same, bro. You know what I'm saying? The same, bro. Yeah, you're a content. Just be a content creator, bro. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? There's people who have true influence. You can. There's a big gap. You know what I'm saying? I'm not taking it away from anybody's influence, but there's a big gap between someone of a real influencer and someone who just has a little bit. You know, people fuck with you. But that influencer game, bro, like the influencer game. It takes a lot, bro, and I don't think people realize. Oh, that. Bro, it's burnout is real, dog. Bro. Like, bro, my boy Micah, and Demi. Shout out to them, bro. Micah's like you got to meet my boy Micah, bro. That's like my brother, He's dating Demi Bagby. Oh, I know. Yeah. So she's like the all-American girl. You know what I'm saying? Her content is fire. She's a sweetheart. She is a real influencer. Yeah. Like real. Like my boy Micah is never here. Yeah. So like, it's funny because like I live at one of his cribs. He owns the crib. He owns it, and I was like, hey bro, I'll just pay you for the rings, bro. I gotta get a management company because for them to come if there's ever a problem, I'm never here, bro. I'm not here to fix. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta get a property management company. So he's like, literally he travels all the time. I'm talking about she's sponsored by Red Bull. She's sponsored by Samsung. Red Bull, bro. That's crazy. Red Bull. That's next. She's not a skater. She's not, you know what I mean? She's not a snowboarder. She's a very athletically gifted, talented. She's doing them backflips and shit. Yeah, bro. She be doing crazy shit, but she is a sponsored Red Bull athlete. Bro. Red Bull is a a world renowned brand. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That is influence, bro. You know what I'm saying? So like there's levels, there's a big level which we'll talk about in another podcast, but there's levels to the influence. For real. And I don't think people get that. And it's like when you're at the level where we are, and you try to live that influencer lifestyle, this is a hobby, bro. Content creation is it's a hobby. It's a hobby. Yeah. Unless you are an influencer, it's a hobby, bro. And it's a hobby. People got to think of it that way. And that's some of the advice I always give to people because otherwise you're going to be burnt out, bro. You're not going to make it. 100%. This is just a hobby, bro. I could wake up in the morning and post a video. Right. You know what I mean? Right. It doesn't control my day. Like my day doesn't revolve around that. It just happens. It's a thing that I've built consistency in and it's a hobby. I don't take it seriously. Absolutely. And people got to understand that, like, that's the place 99% of us are at. 99. So if you got an issue with your content and you feel like you're stuck creating and all this stuff, bro, take a step back. Take a step back, serious. Bro. Take a step back. Don't quit your job, bro. No. You know what I'm saying? Like, people, that's horrible advice. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's the worst thing. Yeah, like, I tell people all the time, like, you know, take this advice from someone who quit their job. You know what I mean? And I would struggled a lot, bro. Like, I don't like, I think people think that like I've been just doing everything's been fucking sweet. Bro, I can't tell you, bro, we're going to get deep. I can't tell you how many times I've been in position, like not how many times, but there's been a lot of times where I've got to a point where I'm like, bro, like, I don't know what to do. Like, I don't like those different conversations. Like, bro. We're gonna unpack that. Yeah, bro, that's a lot to unpack. But I'm sure we've both been in positions. Bro. And it's like, it's a scary time, bro. It's a scary time because like you want to fit this narrative that people are projecting or that you're trying to get you. So you're doing everything in your power to maintain that. And it gets depressing, bro. It gets, this is a whole nother. Because you could easily live that, bro. You could easily be that and everything. But at the end of the day, bro, like you don't have to hold tight to every dream. No. You got to treat it with love. Yes. And suffocating that dream isn't the love you need to treat it with. That's how you kill it, bro. Right. Sometimes you got to take a step back. And people don't realize that your passion, we have such different backgrounds. We have the same background, but different backgrounds. Yeah. But like we're knowledge embedded in different things. So like that's why the name is so broad, just like you're talking about. All right, so we wrapping it up. I enjoyed the talk today. I did. It was fire. This is gonna be fun. Oh, bro, and it's just the beginning. It is the beginning part, right? Yeah. You were nervous, bro? I was nervous, but I wasn't. Yeah. I had to flip the switch, bro. Yeah, I was nervous, chat. I was nervous. But at the end of the day, we want to invite y'all, man. We want to invite y'all on this couch with us. Yeah.
So, you know, talk to us, man. Let us know in the comments what you like, what you don't like. Send some questions. DM us. Damn, I mean.
Yeah, whatever questions you have, you know, we'll have, you know what I mean? Just DM us, let us know, and we'll be able to answer it for you. You know what I mean? We've been doing this content creation game for a while, you know what I mean? And I think we have a lot of value to give.
Yeah.
And I think we can inspire a lot of people to build things for themselves, you know, I mean, to build things for themselves and other people. So, yeah.
Yeah, at the end of the day, we're here to build a community and part of that community. So if you guys got any words of wisdom, you tell us what you like, what you don't like, anything. We're open to all suggestions and questions. And like I said, come sit on this couch with us, baby.
Yes, sir. Wait, no days off?
No days offline.
No days offline. I love that, bro. No days offline is fire. Hell yeah. All right, brother.
All right, peace.